Hello, everyone, and welcome to the sponsors session of ISCEV. I'd like to begin by thanking each of these companies for their support of ISCEV. And I'd also like to thank them for their technological innovation, which has really facilitated making clinical electrophysiology a useful tool both in the clinic and in scientific endeavors.
All right, hello everyone. I'm going to give a quick update here on quite a few charts. So if you would like to get a copy of the charts afterwards, we'd be happy to present them to you, but talk about some new product development efforts over the last year and a half and customer collaborations. In terms of company updates, just one quick update. In addition to our offices just outside of Boston and Cambridge in the UK, we've now set up an office in Dublin, Ireland. In anticipation of Brexit, which has been fluid, I think, as we all know, but we do have an office there. Our systems themselves are broad and have, over the last couple of years, added quite a few electrophysiology techniques. I'll talk about a couple of them, but our main focus has been bringing in psychophysical tests, pupillometry, and now objective acuity measurements as well. So across the two platforms, we have the E3 family, and then the profile, we have all of these test options available, and the stimulators are all the same as well. So, of course, all of the standard ISCEV protocols with normative data. We've now programmed in all of the extended protocols that have been released by ISCEV, custom protocols, and then Diagnosys FST, SweetVap, which we brought out a little over a year ago, multifocal VEP, dark eye optometry, and pupillometry. This all runs with the same software on Windows 10. So a new stimulator, new this year. We showed this in a prototype form last year in Korea at ISCEV. It's called the Color Flash. It's designed to provide a pretty broad range of stimulus from 0.01 to 1300 candela seconds per meter squared. One of the primary ideas in bringing the stimulator out was to replace the very old GRASP PS22. This will connect to any of our systems, E3 or Profile. As you can see in the pictures over here, this is a handheld, or you can put it on a tabletop stand as well. There's options to either run this automatically through our software, or you can manually trigger a flash. And there's an integrated speaker, so you can use that to attract the attention of the person that you would like to do the ERG on. We launched this last quarter. We're starting to ship, and on the next page, I'll talk a little bit more about its applications. So Pediatric is one of the primary applications for this device. You can test anywhere from right up next to the eye or 3 meters away. Nominally, most customers that are using the Color Flash so far are at 30 centimeters. The bright flashes enable you to do an ERG on a patient if they're even multiple meters away. And that was one thing we took into account to enable a broad array of testing capabilities with young children. So in addition to pediatric applications for both ERG and VEP, you can run our FST protocol on this device as well. That complements the Color Dome, in that the Color Flash has the ability to go to higher red and blue flashes than the Color Dome, about 20 or 25 times brighter than the Color Dome. You could also use this as a contactless ERG and VEP device, bringing the patient relatively close, but not right up to the device, and then neurological applications. New capabilities in dark eye optometry. So we've had dark eye optometry for quite a few years. This last year, we did a major software update, and as part of that, we added quite a few different marker and analysis techniques for all of the different types of tests that can be done. A full test, rod cone, rod threshold, rhodopsin regeneration time, which is looking at the time of a drop after a bleach. And in addition to that, a couple of years ago, before Mike formally retired, we worked with him to develop what we call the eye mask, which allows subfield testing. So you can do that anywhere up to a 50-degree field of view. And that also automatically enables switching between the two eyes. So when you're doing dark eye optometry monocularly, the eye mask allows you to do that without using and flipping back and forth eye patches. SweetVap, we've implemented a method that we released last year. Michael Bach and I published, that came out last year as well, a validation study on the SweetVap technique that's based on what Michael has been doing for many years at Freiburg University. It's not exactly the same, which was the point of the validation study, primarily targeted towards adult applications today, and we continue to work to refine the method to broaden it out, including working with customers on pediatric applications as well. The method is fantastic. It prints out in one report, and you're able to see the raw data as well as the acuity estimate right from the software. EER, there's been a presentation on this, so I'll just go quickly. We brought this out last year as well. This is a diagnostic measure. It's qualified for clinical use in the EU, Japan. We're working with an FDA process to enable it for clinical use in the United States. But the idea is to be able to do a diagnostic test on a patient who has low to potentially no photoreceptor function and still generate and measure a quantified evoked potential using standard VEP electrode positions. PH&R, we've been working on repeatability as well. It's a very important topic for reasons that Quintin already talked about. Being able to use a technique like this clinically requires very tight repeatability. We've been working with quite a few different sites around the world to develop techniques to improve the repeatability. Some of those, best case right now, are in the range of 10% intersession repeatability, but that's not common and it's not across the board. So we're interested in working with more sites. If you'd like to work with us, we'd be happy to do so. Solaris, I'll just mention a couple of things. So we've had Solaris for 4 years, a compact system for rodent testing. A couple of quick updates. As a reminder, one of the key innovations in Solaris is bringing the electrode and the stimulators together in one device. We have full field versions of the stimulator here and pattern stimulator versions here. They both work on the system itself. A few of the updates that we've done, in addition to bringing out quite a few different protocols, including PH&R, we have UV stimulators now, so you can do dark adapted and light adapted ERG. We've also been working on and have implemented a C-Wave protocol. And then what I don't show on this chart is coming up with various different combinations of light adapted steps, dark adapted steps, and then bringing those together in quite innovative ways. And a lot of that comes from work with our customers. And so if we're not working with you yet on new protocols for Solaris, give us a call. We'd be happy to do that. In terms of pattern, we've had quite a few customers using the pattern stimulators to do PERGs on mice, of course, but also rats and guinea pigs. Pattern VEP trace is shown here. And then over the last year, we've been working with a couple of our Solaris customers to develop a multifocal ERG protocol as well, shown here. COVID initiatives this year. So for the Color Dome, we've released what we call a Color Dome Shield. This is a molded piece of plastic that tacks on to the Color Dome. Its form fits on the Color Dome. So we've started selling those. Extensive cleaning, disinfecting options, of course, we've sent those out to all customers. If you don't have those yet, please give us a call. And then other things just to work within the environment we're doing, including remote setups and working with customers financially through the environment that we're in. And then finally, we've done quite a few customer education activities this year. So we've had quite a few webinars with customers and prospects on SweetVap and some of our other techniques starting back in May, Solaris in July. So if you were not able to attend those, we'd be happy to give you copies. And then upcoming webinars, as you can see here, Solaris, and then other ERG topics such as pediatric, IRD, and low vision, and a new website coming this fall. That's it. Thank you.